Hi, I'm Mathew Parker here for Golf Digest Middle East, and today we're going to be talking about how we can get the most amount of carry out of your current swing. So you see on the PGA Tour, the guys hitting it so far these days, and not all of us have the luxury of being able to find an extra 10 miles an hour in the local golf shop. So what you need to be able to do is to find the right balance between some key factors at your impact. So we use something here, it's the feature on TrackMan, which is the optimizer, and what it gives us is a range of results of what we should be trying to shoot for. They're represented here in sort of a green box, and every time you hit the ball, it gives you the information to say whether the factor that you were looking at was in the right zone or not. So one of the biggest things we're talking about today is the modern day term for compression, and that's the term of spin loft. And what that is, that's the difference between your angle of attack and the dynamic loft of the club at impact. So if you've got someone who's got, say for example, a very high club head speed, they need to get that gap between the angle of attack and the loft to the right level so that it's going to get the ball flying with the correct spin levels and ball speed to get this optimum distance. And vice versa, if you're someone who's, say, maybe not got the luxury of having a lot of club head speed, we need to get that ball going more up. So we'd be looking then to see if make sure the angle of attack is shallow enough and that we've got enough loft. So a couple tips of how you can sort of amend that. I think they can all be done at setup, and it's had some good results for us here using the technology. So the first thing that we'll start to look at is the angle of attack, and that's a small adjustment that comes from your spine. If you want to have a shallower angle of attack into the ball, what you can do then is you can actually lean back onto your right side, so your spine's sort of tilting away from the target. And then if you want to go a little bit steeper, you can make a small adjustment forwards. The next thing to do is the loft, and that is just a simple adjustment from the start of pushing the hands forward to decrease the loft on the club and pushing the hands more centered to add a little bit of loft on the club. So for you to take this to the driving range, if you don't have the luxury of having your own TrackMan, what you've got to do is to start off, hit say 10 balls with your 7-iron, get them down and find out how far they're going. Then what I would do is I would try out different combinations of changing your angle of attack and loft to see which one gives you the best result, and you'll be hitting it much further with the same amount of effort.